Video. I don't know how
Presentation
long
on
I'm
women
gonna be though.
empowerment.
I wonder if I should hold it and stuff. Oh, we can take turns. I'm gonna upload it after to my YouTube. Wait.
They were asking like, what type of workshop can we do? So since it's a women's retreat, we're gonna talk about woman empowerment. I asked an elder, what does empowerment mean? Yasumi Dwanjwayo. Yasumi Dwanjwayo 16 you pass down that knowledge. That's what it means. Well, it's good to be done. You can go to the next slide. Like some of them, they sound familiar. And you can have your own words, Kishiga. So when you have permission, that means you're given an authority. Yeah, authorization. Authorization when you meet. If you get someone approval to do something, you are giving them a permission. And it's the same thing for approval. Same, it's tagon. And the consent, you have its permission that's given or taken away. An agreement? An agreement is made when two parties agree to something. And skmuyak, lapskun or whoever it is, acceptance, the act of accepting something or someone, the fact of being accepted. Acceptance. Acknowledgement is a statement or action which recognizes that something exists or is true. The act of acknowledging something or someone. Recognition is when you remember something or someone you're familiar with. Authorization. So, when you redefine this, when you redefine power, woman empowerment is the ability to affect change. And that's what empowerment is making a change, right? Like, and you stop it when you're trying to make a change. So the ability to affect change, influence, and create something new. Influence is a big part of our lives. What influences you? Or who influences you? Dan is Wachtman's going out there to influence. We get influenced, right? When we see things. And like, go ahead this weekend. What influenced you to come here this weekend? Huh? Like it? See? That's right.
Bruce wanted a break from me.
Bruce wanted a break from me. Yeah, that's true. Gathering, shopping, socialize, that's right. Like that's much some of us that we've seen each other, right? Yeah, I bet it's been, I don't remember any. I just go home, go to work, go to church, and go home, go to work. But I see Kim often.
Yeah, I do safely.
So this weekend. So sometimes you just have to appreciate where you are. You came a long way and you're still learning and growing. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself where you're at today. Because I'm sure we've all grown from where as a woman. Okay, next slide. Female empowerment starts with strengthening oneself. To make a change in your life. It starts within you first. And unfolds through supporting others. Empowered women often share traits like confidence, resilience, compassion, and the courage to stand by their convictions. So agni snacks easily connected out Joy space where I want me to here. Like we're so easily connected and touched, right? I want me to a bit then how and maybe they're sad or and right away we don't want to say my connected no. Yeah, because we care. And we take out here. And again that's which channel as a woman, we're very compassionate. Not as easily as that when he speak This leads to a better mental health and resilience, builds on pillars on self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-mastery. And our mental health, this weekend, it's about your mental health. Yeah, sometimes we're so bombarded with all the things that we have to do, our responsibilities. So this weekend is about your mental health, where you can relax and rest, enjoy each other's company. Even especially the spa, the diagnostic. So it's about your self-awareness. This is a weekend for you. There's a reason why you came here this weekend. You needed a break, or you needed some time off. That's okay. Sometimes we need that time away. Yeah, so you can do self-awareness on yourself, to self-check yourself. Yeah, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. There's a reason why you're here this weekend. My mind there. And self-compassion. That's self-compassion is an nagadame shrine. That you care about yourself. You care about yourself mentally. Because sometimes and physically especially. Because we have so much responsibility. When you scroll David Chun as at a Jewett gas, Robert said, Beam at the Ghost mode, I would have Jishwinis of David Chun. Snap by you to go. So I wouldn't have Jiji Nagadame Trick and that's what we're doing this weekend. Nagadame Shunano, Jiji Esteshkirga, a Kaga, self mastery, Jiji should shame shrine. Like I know my limits. Like the same so that Diane, what I need to do, what I don't need to do. If I need to go, like I had to check first if I needed to come here, if it was okay for me to come here this weekend. Yeah, sometimes we're just responsibilities here, and then we think, I have to do this, I have to do that, and this and that. And then I said, no, this is my priority this weekend. I was asked to do a workshop. I'm going to focus on doing this workshop. I'm going to take time to prepare this workshop so I can connect with the woman. Yeah, from Wasanapi. So that we have this opportunity. Okay. So we are all a hero to someone, right? When you think about it, there's always someone that's looking out on you. We all reflect to someone's life. Especially our grandchildren, the people that are grandparents here. That's the way you go. Like they say, bless you. Like they say, you love your children, but your grandchildren is even more. It's a special kind of love that you can't even explain what it is. Yeah, I can get swapped money for each shit. And I have a grandson. He has special needs. And there's times he has tantrums. I just give him a hug. I go to the school and he throws these, because he yells, he gets really mad. I gotta give him a hug when something triggers him. That's my and they call me again, right away, stand school. I go to the school, I just drop everything, I go to the school. And when I see him, I walk in there, bit in the corner, and sitting down. It really does something to me. That's against my gym because we say them that I don't get should his reaction. New he had special needs of that. And then I go see him. Your Google is here, he turns around right away, it's Gnomid, and he runs to me. I just comfort him. And there's something about grandmother's hug when you hug your grandchildren. After he calms down after it's because it's that connection. I have a special connection with him. It's any game he again you need accent. So again, we're all a hero to someone. You know, our children, our grandchildren, the people out there, our friends. And another person, nasa jigab na matches, my mom. Nasta ba jigab na gawin na matches? Because nasta ba mstin bedwichi. You know, there are times when I feel stuck with something that's very deep, very personal. That's who I go see. I go see my mom, then he's sometimes I did man, which actually no heads on her. So I'm going to dog in a gawi, but we see that. No, up to me, and stop him tea out, she died to Munyon. Yes, I sure you. So did your mom the Nickman had down her most I take and all the weeks of match and announced, yeah, to go on, then he stood more. Yeah, that we help them when they look at us. Okay. So empower yourself. Recognize your strengths. Take time to reflect on your skills, talents, and achievements. What are you good at? What are you proud of? We all have accomplished something in life. Did you recognize in your strengths? Did you say to me that a dynamic strength and to continue with those strengths that you have? Did you reach So set goals. Define clear and achievable goals in different areas of your life. What do you want to achieve? What are your dreams? So we all have goals, right? Like there's a reason why when someone feels that that means they didn't change. That means you want to set another goal for yourself that you're not pleased where you're at anymore. Like for myself personally, you probably see me, I lost a lot of weight. I was practically almost 300 pounds when I lost my dad, was because of my grieving. I fed my emotions. And then after a couple of years down the road, I knew it was not healthy for me. Action my back, me just milk almonds, yes, easily. My breathing was bad, asthma against and that's it really limited me. Then I said, no, I have to take care of myself. I have to do something with my health. I can't keep going where I'm going at 8 months. So when I decided to do that, and I'm 185 pounds today.
Wow.
I don't know when's the last time I was under 200 pounds. I've been more than 200 pounds for a long time after I had my kids. So, namiyum chuna. Yeah, I'm in the muachin, I'm in the mumun, and then the mumam nitege. We chigon, I'm in the match, it's getting to do the maggot to go. And my asthma left me. When can asthma gets us? Because I lost weight. So you have to set goals for yourself that chi date me gets one is we reach. So we all have something we don't look too much on us. And this is what it does to you after. It boosts your confidence. You know, once you set your goals, when you achieve your goals, it boosts your confidence. You speak positively to yourself, celebrate your successes, and learn to handle criticism. Yeah, sometimes people will criticize us, either in a good way or in a bad way. In the good way, when somebody criticizes us, they mean well. That means that's not right to make it a change. But sometimes in the bad way, we so you have to know what constructive criticism is. So don't forget to celebrate your successes. To speak positively about yourself. Did you encourage your history? And that's what I like to do, me. Since I've lost so much weight, I like to dress nice. I even dress like this in the office. I like to take care of myself. I like to go shopping. I like to look at specials. That's like a therapy. When I go shopping, I can often go. And that boosts my confidence in myself. So every day we're always going to learn something. Most good invest in your personal and professional development. You know, it's statement that when you know that you don't feel motivated, we will feel like that at times. When we're not motivated, that means there's something that we need to change. That means there's something we need to do. yeah, why it's not motivating us, yeah, to make a change in our lives and to expand your knowledge and skills. Oh, that means it's I'll be there now. So this is very important. You know, we expand our knowledge and our skills through each other. Is it same do it? It's which he do it. This is one of the things I think is very hard for us. I'm going to set boundaries because that's the main which you go and yeah. But we have to set boundaries, right? There's so much you can do as an individual, as a person, in one day, and not to neglect yourself. I dare to include yourself in that day, because you have to learn to say no sometimes. That's one of the things I really had to practice, and I felt bad when I said no. Is it right that I said no? You know, all these thoughts that you think. It's because you're so used to saying yes all the time. But what does it lead to when you say yes all the time? Takes the exchange. Takes a chewy can go to try to do them and the parts to do them. That's me. I learned from that. And they have to communicate that. And it's very important to take care of your well-being. Every day, take care of your well-being. Like I heard some ladies were having coffee. So stronger together. This is I got this quote from online. Serena Williams, you know, I'm sure everybody knows Serena Williams. Yeah, they got it. What's it? Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on. But let's say to encourage that person, to cheer them on. Oh, that's to encourage each other, you know, when a woman's going to achieve with excited. So that empowers you as a person. Extends as you do them in her. Yeah, did you pilot to go in her? Cheers and open sunge. Sweet cheesunge, she get the bills of matches. Okay, next slide. Empowering other women. Be a mentor. Share your knowledge and experiences with other women. Support their development. So we all have different experiences. From day-to-day life, from our personal lives to our workplace, in the society. So people look at us, and yeah, for a mentor, you know. That's one of the things I try really hard is to be a mentor to my daughters. Yeah, it's good mugo about life, you know, about responsibility. Yeah, finances, that they need to take care of themselves. They need to take care of their children. We don't tell nado. Like my daughter is a single parent, and she has 3 children. I don't take the responsibility from her. We don't even though she lives with me. But I tell her, you still have rules to follow. That's my house. You have to follow my rules. Even though you're an adult, you still have to follow my rules. Sleep like that. I have to do my dishes before I go to bed. And that's why I tell you have to do that. Don't leave stuff laying around. You pick them up, put them away. And when you live on your own, that's exact the same thing my mom taught me. I picked that up because she taught me well. Offer support. Be a listening. And there are some times that way they will need direction. You know, they will need guidance. But it's not. But the best thing is for us to listen and to encourage one another. And so celebrate their successes, acknowledge and celebrate other women's achievement. Show your appreciation. We all have a success story in our lives. And you know, that's one of the things I've learned is that doesn't mean just because you're a title, you're someone. You don't need to be to have a title to be somebody. You know, you're already someone. Yeah. You don't have to be to have a high position to be somebody. The title is not what matters. It's you as an individual. Yeah, that speaks a lot. And Okay, and network, building strong network of women to support. That's what we're doing right now. This is networking. All these different ladies that are sitting here this morning. I know it took a lot for you ladies. Probably some ladies were saying, oh, yeah, I get to oh no, I don't know, what about my kids and all this, you know. Yeah, I'm going to speak, yeah, wanting to walk. But when we come together, being away, it's going to rejuvenate you once you go back. And speak out. To advocate, stand against discrimination and injustice. Especially harassment. Harassment. We think it's a joke sometimes when somebody makes a comment about us, especially something sexual. You know, it's not right for anybody to say that about us. If it's not your partner, they have no right to say anything sexual comments about you, about how you look, how you dress, or the way you are. They have no right to know your rights as a woman. That's an harassment. And it's not a joke. Some people may laugh about it. But really deep down inside, it does something to someone. You should say to me, I got to speak out when somebody does that to you. So here's to strong women. May we know them. May we be them. May we raise them. That's Tara's motto this morning. I like that. Today I will start with you. Yeah, he did. That's what we do, right? So we know it's same with her. Everybody has a strong point in their lives. Everyone has achieved something to be proud of. We all have something in our lives. And we were raised by, not maybe some were not, but some. Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys a story after this. Okay, let's go. I was going to play a song on this. Bluetooth. Believe in yourself. Maybe if somebody can set up the Bluetooth. To open the Bluetooth. This is my last slide. So we are stronger together. We are stronger together.
Amen.
Yeah. Even in Nishiak, it makes it stronger. In Nishigabwe, it makes it stronger. In Begagabwe, it's a challenge. But in Nishiak, the more you have, we are stronger together. You know about empowerment? There's something, I don't talk much about my past. But my past is my past, but I'm not ashamed of it. So you can close it. So this ties in what is empowerment. You know where you were at and where you're at today. I'm going to tell you about my personal story. And like we all have a past. There's some things that we're still dealing with today. From our past. Just to name a few things. I carried for so long. There are things that I carried in my life for so long. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And I carried it as shame, guilt. I carried that for so many years. Shame. You know, shame can do so much to you. That you remain the same where you're at in that situation that's holding you back. That's shame. And that guilt, we all have a guilt feeling when we do something wrong. You know, I had that in my past. I had that shame and guilt, those guilt feelings that I had from before. We went in that way. We carried them for so long. And because we're so hard on ourselves, that's why. Yeah. by our mistakes. And it took me a while for me to work on this. And today, I don't carry that anymore. Carrying the shame makes you look down on yourself. Shame is hard to let go. Even guilt, regretting the things that we've done, the choices that we've made. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said this. We say that, right? When we have those guilty feelings, yeah. And it's all part of growing and maturing in life. Decision sits them in when it's time. We begin to understand the wrong choices that we've made. We mature, and we make wise choices. You know, I'm going to tell you about my personal testimony. I was 24 years old when I decided to stop drinking. This is not the life for me. I want a better life for myself, especially for my children, being a single parent. And I said, no, I got to make a change for myself. And that's when I decided to stop drinking at 24 years old, to make a better change. But even though I stopped drinking, you know, and I gave my life to the Lord, even though in those times I struggled in all those years of my life, I still carried that shame and that guilt. It held me back to be who I am today. It limited me. Because I was so hard on myself and my mistakes in my life. I kept dwelling on them and looking at them. But then one day, maybe like 24, I knew what I needed to do. There was something that was missing in my life, is forgiveness. Maybe about 3 years down the road after and my parent, one day after church, after morning service at Chiwayach, my parents in the doubts, I need to sit down with you guys in the doubts. I sat down with my parents, because I knew Chemdo was dealing in my life. Yeah, he wants to make changes. Me not studying the maths, you know. And I sat down with my parents. My parents, being so rebellious in my teenage years. And I was so rebellious, I didn't listen to them. I caused a lot of heartache and pain to them. I sat down with them and I asked them for their forgiveness. I sincerely meant it when I did that morning. But then a release in my life, because it's because you carry on that shame and that guilt in my life. But then I can't get out. Get to a bit madno. Because my father was a very strict man. I haven't got it my dad. We had strict rules to follow. But you know what? And since then today, why we had those rules, it shaped us who we are today. It shaped our lives today. I don't hold nothing against them. And I forgave them as well. And after, even though I rebelled in those years when I was growing up, 24 years down, younger than in my life, all that period of time, and from that day when I did that, I didn't feel like I lost years with my parents. I felt like I gained more. And I had so much respect. The respect grew so much towards my parents. I just wanted to be around them. I wanted to help them. I wanted to do things with them. I wanted to be around them. Right until my dad's deathbed. When my father was sick, 4 months, Montreal, I was there. I took off with my mom. I left my job, my kids. My kids, but Savannah was an adult already. So I just made that decision to say, no, I'm going to be with my dad. Actually, he needs me. My mom needs me. And I left 4 months straight in Montreal. And we lived in a hotel every day in Jindomanan, my dad. Every day we would go see him. And we stayed there the whole day. That's how much got changed with Chemindon of Match, because of the forgiveness that he took. He healed my relationship with them, that my respect grew so much more towards them. Yeah, my strategy them go. I just wanted to be there and to take care of them. And I'm gonna get do that weekend. It's much out. And once God would man get Hamilton, you want then a yap could be a gap. A yap could be on you to go at its gagan, the match that shame and that guilt, you know, that try to hold me back from being where I am today. And that time on, I let that go. I didn't want to carry them anymore. Because we will face obstacles like that in our lives, and it's to be knowledgeable in the things and the ways of our lives. Most obstacles and it's most challenges and it's but it's through those challenges and it's that eskum I know where I came from, where I am today. It's Satan and Dadon dances which can no some shit, especially which can today. Other people and where I work as well. So we share to go in all around us in our lives at the Kuko. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, that you're battling with, is good to church of Matchons. It's good to stand in Gigi shops, coming to Gigi do them. Much nigger stood man of Matchons. I got much get sugar. Did you stay get with Meg? Did you say to Megan? And of course, it's my faith in God. I'm going to have which she began of Matchons. I'm going to have Suchgabu again today, the Matchons. Extend, I got the Jixtajan and with Manchway, did you see me on? Did you shine with one? Because the things that I talk about, that I mention, is those things I went through myself. That way, you need to come on, you go, and you shops come on, I get today in the Matchons. That's why I mean, starts with me, Chagga won't go, did you shine with one here? And it's an ask me again, ask me get Shamando, then a bit should that kind of match union, and just got you guys. So did you say to me, I guess, yoga?